This is a video on how to make the ultimate non-sagging gate. First, I'm just cutting up some treated 2x material. I'll be using half-lap joints to make the gate, and I'll be showing you 3 ways to make a half-lap joint. The first way is using a circular saw to make a bunch of kerfs across the board and then knocking them out with a hammer and chisel. Here I'm using my combination square to see if the cut depth was correct. Pine's not the easiest material to do joinery on, but a sharp chisel makes it a lot easier. The second method for a half-lap joint is using the table saw, which is basically the same as the first, except for using the table saw to make the saw curves. Instead of a miter gauge, you can also use a small cross-cut sled. I didn't show it here, but you'd knock out the material from the saw curves just like the previous method. Now I'm installing a Dado blade in my table saw. You want to install the 2 outer blades so that the teeth are pointing out and not in on the blade. Here you can see I've already made the shoulder cut before using the Dado blade. It's really not necessary on this project, but if you were doing something like a face frame, you'd want to do this to make sure it was a clean cut. And here's the fastest way to do a half-lap joint. We just get rid of the miter gauge and draw the board across the Dado blade by hand. It's probably not the safest of all the methods, but it's definitely efficient. Now it's glue up time. My concrete floor is pretty flat, so I can use it, but if you don't have a flat floor, maybe use a workbench or something. Just a small screw to hold the joint while the glue dries. One of the great things about half-lap joints is if you do everything right, then things come out square with no effort. I didn't have to make any adjustments to make the diagonals the same. Some people use the saying measure twice, cut once, but I prefer to never measure and cut once, so whenever I can, I just directly mark off what I'm making. Now I'm installing some 3/8 bolts in all 4 corners. I'm putting 2 of the slats on in the shop, so I can then install the hinges in the shop. This is a set of gate hardware I picked up at the big orange store. I don't have any video of me doing it, but here I'm just screwing down the hinges using the provided hardware. I've got some scrap wood at the bottom of the gate acting as a spacer to hold it to the right height. Now I'm just making sure that the gate opens correctly and screwing down the bottom hinge. For a wood gate, you want the brace angled so that the wood is in compression. If this was a steel gate, you'd want the brace angled the opposite direction so that it would be in tension. Whenever I can, I let material run wild and then I cut it off later. To avoid tear out, I cut it from the opposite direction at the end. Now some chisel work for the gate latch. It was an extremely humid day the day I was doing this, so that's why my shirt looks like it's two-toned. Another project finished. Thanks for watching the Ultimate Gate build. I hope you learned something. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, please. Thank you. Have a great day.